Are you trying to keep up with the current trends of today and already drive an electric car? Ukrainian inventors are ready to offer you a charger for it. Do you care about the temperature in your room and saving energy? The intelligent monitoring and resource conservation system is ready to take on the bulk of the work for you. Forward-thinking Ukrainian developers know it is at the peak of popularity today. Modern technologies have the ability to change people's lives. They help to preserve the environment and to conserve energy. As the world gradually switches to electric vehicles, creating an infrastructure for them is becoming increasingly more crucial. The first thing these clean energy vehicles need is a system of electric fueling stations. In the United States and in Europe, networks of fueling stations have been working successfully for some time. Electric engineers Oleksandr Amelkin and Andriy Smaglyuk noticed the demand for electric cars in Ukraine was rapidly increasing, but there were not enough fueling stations to support all the cars. So they decided to join the effort of solving the problem. First, they constructed illuminated energy sockets. Then they installed a counter which shows the level of electricity for the car. We had the idea to provide controlled access to the station, so only those who have an access card or a key can use the charger. This functionality was added to the charging station. When they realized how successful their innovation became, they could not help but improving it. Fortunately, they found an investor who was given the investors an opportunity to participate in exhibitions where they presented their station. We started receiving feedback from many people. We analyzed the information and began modifying and improving our station. Now it is an enhanced device packed with electronics. It does much more than just charge the vehicle, and it is extremely easy to use.
В данный момент она находится в дежурном режиме, подсвечивается зеленым.
It is currently lit green, which means it is standby mode. Imagine a car that needs charging driving up. We turn the station on and the screen displays that it is ready for charging.
Готовность к зарядке. В данном режиме, то есть это дежурный режим, станция пока обесточена.
Currently, the station is not electrified for safety reasons. We installed an access control system via an RFID tag or a card for charging to begin. We put the tag on the screen, and the color of the station changes, and it begins to charge. Colored lights are not just there for aesthetics. Green means that the station is not powered, and blue means charging is in progress. In fact, one of the main ideas of the developers was to provide the consumer with more information than the average charger.
У нас здесь есть 3 индикатора, которые показывают время зарядки.
There are 2 indicators which show the charging time and energy output, and an electricity meter which shows how much energy was transferred to the vehicle.
Счетчик электроэнергии, то есть сколько она потребила электроэнергии.
The station has the incredible ability to communicate with the electric car. It notifies the car and driver how much power the vehicle needs and how much power the station can provide. The device can provide anywhere from 7 to 22 kilowatts of electricity, but its main advantage, the developers say, is the electronic part.
Мы хотели сделать что-то яркое и то, чем можно будет легко и удобно пользоваться.
We wanted to create an effective product which is user-friendly and easy to use. A person who works with our station can see the charge rate right away. It is equipped with a large screen, access control, and an electricity meter. And soon the station will be connected to the cloud, which will make it possible to control it through Wi-Fi from anywhere in the world.
Через интернет с мобильного телефона из любой точки мира фактически.
The developers have created several electric stations. They are located in Kiev, Odessa, and Mezaria. The developers hope their startup will soon have the capability to produce the stations on mass scale. They believe they have all the ingredients for this to happen.
У нас, кроме этой станции, есть еще планы в разработке.
In addition to the station, we have plans to develop new types of power stations. A wall-mounted station, a home station, and a mobile station.
Вот мы хотим до конца года успеть сделать.
We want to create a few prototype models by the end of the year. We hope to showcase our products at specialized international exhibitions next year. We would love to find new customers and enter the European market. Recently, the term Internet of Things has started to appear. It opens up countless possibilities for the streamlining of life, business, and production development. The benefits in business are vast. allowing organizations to save energy and resources. Developers around the world are trying to find a market niche to compete in this fast-paced landscape. Recently, a team from the Ukrainian city of Dnipro found a special niche. Several years ago, they started creating smart home electronics. Today, they have an entirely new concept. It is a system of microclimate monitoring and energy management. It all started with us wanting to make a device that would interact with current mobile platforms. We wanted to do away with costly equipment and wired connections. In other words, we wanted to reduce hardware dependency as much as possible. We had two main points. The first was that all our calculations would be stored on the cloud, meaning that the data would be stored and processed on remote servers. The second point was that the system had to be completely wireless. As you can see, these sensors do not require a wired connection to work. The developers considered where to apply their innovation for the best possible result. They decided to focus on monitoring the microclimate in buildings. After all, the developers themselves spend most of their time indoors, and they know from their own experience that these parameters should be closely monitored and controlled. They assembled a set of sensors which can monitor temperature, humidity, lighting, and carbon dioxide levels. However, such sensors are not a novelty. The main difference of the developed system is how it saves and uses the information it collects. In the end, our hardware and software is very flexible. It can be calibrated for any task. We have a few sensors and gateways on the table here. All the information is collected by the sensors and transmitted by a radio channel to the main unit. These gateways are connected to the internet. All the data is uploaded to our servers and can be displayed on any device, including a laptop, a smartphone, or even a tablet. The inventors say that controlling the atmosphere in the office is not the only thing their system is capable of. They are more interested in developing their product to be suitable for areas where climate is an integral part of the technological process. For example, in greenhouses where the level of humidity in soil is absolutely vital temperature and lighting management is very relevant. Automated systems will replace workers whose main responsibility included watching thermometers or hygrometers. It is difficult to compete with the efficiency of artificial intelligence. We considered many various systems when we were starting, but they were not suitable for us because they were not configurable to our standard. Greenhouse workers understand that flexible configuration is necessary to adapt the system for a specific plant species or for a specific greenhouse. Now the developers test their devices at their workplaces. They installed sensors in the accelerator laboratory in Kiev. During the interview, the sample system constantly monitored the room temperature and transferred data to the laptop. We will now find out the soil humidity and temperature under this plant, and will receive the data immediately. We can determine that it is fairly hydrated soil. This has been water this morning. Look, the amount of water in the soil is at 73%. We can also see how the concentration of carbon dioxide was changing throughout the last hour. The graph here shows when the data collection began. The CO2 level gradually increased. According to experts, this sophisticated system might be of interest to food manufacturers. Companies that want to work by international quality standards must comply with certain production conditions. Otherwise, they will not be able to export their inventory. We have already installed temperature and humidity sensors at a meat processing enterprise. Then we installed a whole microclimate monitoring system which allows them to monitor critical points of production. The meat processing company has 12 sensors installed throughout the production line, from the refrigerator that houses raw materials to the shipment bay. We're not just speaking about the parameters control. Thanks to the improved sensors, the company is able to conduct production chain analysis. This is in order to identify problems and improve production efficiency. An advantage the company has recognized is the ability to store data over long periods of time. Starting from the installation until several years later, the company is able to analyze the data. Most importantly, the developers claim the price of their system is affordable, even if they just make a single model. The price could decrease and be accessible to the ordinary buyer if the company can start mass production. They say, one of the functions of the monitoring system is to help save on energy. In order for Ukraine to be successful, it has to become energy efficient.